Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Prince Choga. My group and I will be doing a presentation on the insider trading scandal at ImClone, but mainly focusing on Martha Stewart. I will start by a quote by John Huntsman. He said, "People think in order to get ahead, they have to act unethical." Unfortunately, this was the case with Martha Stewart. Now, some of you might be wondering who Martha Stewart is. She is one of the few business marvins who can still claim widespread popularity after a highly publicized scandal. She is the founder and former CEO of Martha Stewart Living Omnimedia Incorporation, which is a company with interest in mainly publishing and television. She was involved in an insider trading scandal that threatened her career, which stemmed from her association with ImClone, which is a biopharmaceutical company in which she owns shares. The purpose of this presentation is to present the facts of this scandal. The next speaker will tell you more about insider trading and discuss the events and people that led to the scandal. Then, a fraud analysis using a fraud triangle will be done, followed by a discussion of the risks relating to insider trading, and finally, the role of internal audit in preventing such fraudulent activities will be discussed. Over to you, Matlo.
Thank you, Prudence. The term insider trading is when stakeholders of a company or connected persons like Martha Stewart in the case of ImClone get access to material non-public information which helps them make decisions regarding their securities in a publicly traded company. This act is illegal as it is in contravention with regulatory laws and some company policies. Moreover, it makes the trading field uneven. The series of events started when the Food and Drug Administration did not approve Erbitux, which was a drug proposed by ImClone. Just days before this was publicly announced, the CEO sold all his shares in the company. The CEO and Martha Stewart happened to have the same broker. Now, this broker advised Martha to sell her shares as well, and she did as advised. Eventually, the FDA made the announcement, the share price dropped, and Martha avoided a loss of approximately $46,000.
Now, because insider trading is a fraudulent activity, its causes can be applied to the elements of the fraud triangle and also poses some risks to perpetrators and their companies. The first element is pressure, which refers to what motivated the fraudster to commit the illegal act. In this case, shareholders were pressured by the fact that the Food and Drug Administration had recently announced that one of their drugs, Erbitux, was disapproved, and the official public announcement would cause a significant drop in the market share price. The second element is rationalization, which is when an individual justifies an act of dishonesty. And in this case, Martha Stewart, together with other shareholders, justified their acts by concluding that because they are shareholders, then they do not deserve to make losses from the anticipated drop in the market share price. The last element is opportunity, which is a chance for an individual to commit a fraudulent activity due to a lack of internal controls. And in this case, shareholders had access to material non-public information about the disapproval of Erbitux way before the official public announcement. The following risks were identified in terms of insider trading. Individuals that commit insider trading do not comply to the stipulations of the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, and that could damage their reputation. Secondly, legal costs will be incurred from appointing lawyers, and they may also be obliged to pay fines of up to 3 times the amount of losses they were avoiding. Lastly, they could be sentenced to up to 20 years imprisonment. Now, the big question is, what is the role that internal auditors could have played in preventing these risks?
Internal auditors are in a unique position regarding the illegal and unethical acts within their organization. They can act as a detection and a deterrence measure against corporate wrongdoing such as insider trading. In the case of ImClone, the internal audit function should have prepared a fraud risk assessment after gaining an in-depth understanding of the industry that ImClone operates in. If internal audits had a deep understanding of the biomedical industry, the risk of insider trading would have been identified due to fluctuating share prices. The internal auditors should have assessed the adequacy and effectiveness of the key anti-fraud controls that mitigate the risks of insider trading. If ImClone's controls were not deemed adequate, internal audits should have made recommendations to management. An example is requiring employees to submit statements from their brokers detailing the trades of their covered securities, or requiring large trades to be cleared in-house before being brokered. If this was the case, management would have identified Martha Stewart's illegal actions. The adequacy and compliance of the organization to their fraud prevention policy should have been assessed. Internal auditors should have been alert to red flags that indicated the insider trading fraud by Martha Stewart, and, more specifically in this case, understood the circumstances that presented a higher risk of insider trading.
We have seen that internal auditing plays a significant role in the deterrence of fraudulent activities such as insider trading. However, no matter how many anti-fraud controls are in place, the possibility of illegal insider trading remains, as internal controls can be contravened. To fully address fraudulent activity related to illegal insider trading, the focus can't only be placed on internal auditing. The focus also has to be placed on the humans involved in this issue of illegal insider trading. Addressing the human element is important, as this speaks to how individuals are supposed to carry themselves when faced with situations where they can combine the three elements of the fraud triangle. Insider trading may sound like something only employees could commit. However, the Martha Stewart case shows differently. The use of illegally shared non-public information, regardless of the pressure or rationalization, landed Martha in prison and damaged her reputation. I will leave you with these two questions for the next time you are faced with an opportunity to benefit through unethical conduct. How important is your reputation to you? And would you be comfortable with your name and face being linked with unethical conduct?